Hey, today we're going to do a little painting on the 2020 Tacoma back here. Well, good morning everybody and welcome back to the channel. Hey, like I said, today I'm going to do a little bit of painting just to kind of remove a little bit more of the chrome in here on the Tacoma. Now, what I'm talking about, you guys can see right over here, we have these tie downs that for some reason have been done in silver or almost a chrome look. Now, I want to get rid of these. I had done this before in my other Tacoma, and for me, when you look at the truck from the side or whatever, it's just kind of a beaming chrome that stands out right there in the truck, right? So I'm going to pull those out and we're just going to hit those with some black spray paint. Now, what you need to do, if you're interested in doing this, to take them out, is just a Torx bit. This is a T40 and should be able to just pull them right out. So let me get inside here. Ugh, that's a heck of a step. There's a shot for you. Anyway, let's go ahead and pull these out. Should come out of here pretty easy, I think. And don't forget to hit the screws while you're doing it because they, of course, are silver as well. Okay, one side. Try not to hit my head on here. Surprised I didn't, actually. There we go. These are pretty easy to get off. There, that removes those. Now, if I can get out of here without hitting my head on something else. Now, one more thing I wanted to mention. On the last truck, on my 2018, I did go ahead and remove the bolts that are down here. These, well actually I didn't remove them, taped them off, and I painted these black as well. I'm not going to do that on this truck, only because they're covered. They're covered by the mat. And honestly, if I did it, they probably would get scratched, or the paint would rub off rather, if I went ahead and did those too. So we're not going to do those, just these. So let's go over and get on a table, get the truck out of here so it doesn't get painted. Okay, we've got the paint. I'm just using, it's just a Rust-Oleum flat paint and primer in one. That's it. And this is pretty simple. You just want to hit it. Since it's on the outside of the truck, I mean, it's not like you're going to really be going nuts or anything. You know, it should be fine. I didn't even clean them off or anything, so I'm just going to spray them. Should be okay. All right, here we go. Let's hit the bolts first. This is really crappy paint. I hate the way this spray nozzle, don't ever buy these, they suck. What you need is the old-fashioned nozzle on top. That works the best. Okay, we'll let those dry. Okay, that's it. That is coat number 1. I'll probably do a second, maybe a third coat, something like that. Not going to put that on camera. And then we let this dry for a couple of days, and then I'll go ahead and get it reinstalled in the Tacoma. It's just one of those little things, you know, just to make it look just a little bit better. A simple, easy little mod, if you want to call it that, that you can do yourself. Okay. All finished, everything is painted. These have sat for probably a couple of days. And hopefully the camera picks up the detail. I did switch to that bed liner type paint, got from Lowe's. because I think it, number one, it sprays on a little bit better. That other paint was just crap. So I like the way this came out. I like a little bit more textured look to it, I guess. So I think it looks a little bit better. But I'm going to go ahead, get these reinstalled. Again, just to get rid of that little silver or chrome looking finish on the inside. I did switch to a longer socket or an extension here just to give myself a little more room so I'm not banging the wrench into them as I'm trying to reinstall. So let's go ahead, get these things put back in. Okay, not really rocket science here. Just have to unscrew my screws. A little tip for you, if you're doing something like this, just take an old box, poke a couple holes in it, screw your screw in a little bit, and then you can paint the heads. It holds it up and works really well. So let's go ahead. I do, of course, have paint in the threads, but it shouldn't matter. It'll might even help to hold the screws in it a little bit, kind of like a paint Loctite, if you will. Go ahead and get these fed in. One thing I want to be a little careful about, of course, I have to stick the Torx bit end into the screw, and I don't want to chip off all my paint. I will touch it up if I have to, but hopefully not. Just trying to be careful not to scrape it up too much putting them back in. There, and we'll just tighten it up. Again, you don't have to kill these. Just get them good and snug. Fortunately, they are metal brackets. I like that they screw into. Just get them good and snug in there. That should about do it. There. Didn't knock too much of the paint out, so I think I'm good on that one. Let's do the other one. These are still a little tacky. I guess I could have left them sit another day. It does look like there is some, I think there's some blue Loctite on these. Let's take a look here from the factory. Yeah, there is. There's a little bit of blue Loctite on here from the factory, so still have a little bit of that. I'm not real concerned about them coming off. I think probably the paint that I got in the threads will help hold them in as well. So that's kind of my painted blue Loctite, if you will. Ah, that looks good. I can tell already, and I can't even see it from the outside. Go ahead and snug these down. That's good. There, that takes care of that. I think it came out pretty well. You guys, of course, get to see the finished product before I do. Yeah, check that out. And I think it matches the finish, if you will, of the bed too. The bed's a little bit shiny, you guys can see there. And these are a little bit shiny too. So I think they came out pretty good. I think it's a pretty good match. And just look at the difference there. Let me zoom you in a little. There you go. Just look at the difference. I'll have the before and after here at the end, but check those out. Looks pretty darn good to me. And again, it's really just to kind of get rid of that silver finish or that silver little look inside the bed. If you watch the videos, then you know I'm not a big chrome / silver fan. So anything I can do to kind of eliminate that a little bit, I'm game for. And again, it's just the small things. This isn't a huge mod, obviously. We didn't put a supercharger on or anything. But sometimes it's just the small things that make the difference. You know, when you're walking up to the back of the truck or looking at it from the side, your eye isn't drawn to that bright, shiny silver that's in the bed for some crazy reason. I don't know why. They look so out of place to me. I don't know why Toyota isn't using a blacked out kind of bracket in there anyway. And I'm curious on their, I think it's the night edition that they had come out recently. I wonder if they paid enough attention to detail to actually use a black bracket or a black tie down like what I have right now in those black edition trucks. I wonder. I'll have to check that out. Or if somebody out there knows or has seen one, let me know. I'd be curious as to whether they did or not. Anyway, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of my newly, freshly painted tie downs in the truck. If this is something you'd consider doing, or you're like, why would I do that? Also, if you haven't before and you're interested, don't forget to check out my other channel. It is RobMotion, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator. You know, the thing sitting up there that I had to watch hitting my head on. Also, don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.